Kyle Bryant from Chaparral Motorsports here with Jeff from Fly Racing, and today we're looking at the complete lineup of Fly Racing helmets for 2020. Starting over here with the youth helmets and working our way up to the professional motocross helmet. What do we have here on the table, Jeff?
Well, we've got our full line of Fly Racing's helmets, starting off with our youth helmet, which is our Kinetic Youth, jumping into our Kinetic Adult. Then it reaches our Toxin with MIPS. Next level is our F2 Carbon Kevlar. And this is our flagship helmet, the Formula Vector.
So here on the table, thank you, Jeff, for coming down and walking us through this full lineup here. We really have a helmet for everyone, starting with the youth and then moving up the table from the entry level, some guy that just wants to have a nice looking protective DOT helmet, inexpensive. I've got that covered. You get to the more to the intermediate helmets. We're looking at MIPS protection gets added in there. The weight gets a little bit lighter, and then we move up to the pro motocross style helmets. We're looking at a super light helmet, under 3 pounds, all the protection you'd ever want, with a really neat feature in that one. I forget what it's called.
The new material, what we're calling Rheon, which is a shock absorption material, which is really, really cool. New to the market.
So that Formula helmet, we have a complete detailed breakdown video of that helmet on all the technology that goes in that. It is phenomenal and it's worth every penny. So right now we're gonna start back over here and we're gonna work our way across the table, kind of give you an idea of the good, better, best, bestest when going through this helmet lineup. So starting with the youth Kinetic and the adult Kinetic are gonna be pretty much the same helmet, just on a smaller scale.
Yeah, they're geared a little bit more towards our entry level as far as price point as well. But yes, it's a standard DOT rated helmet. It's a poly shell, so very comfortable, but it also has a dual layered EPS, one softer than the other, for comfort, proper fit, and for proper safety as well.
So the dual layered EPS, the one's gonna be a softer, squishier EPS for more of a slow speed, and the other's gonna be a little bit more dense for higher speed impacts. Allows you to get that total protection. What other features of the Kinetic do we need to pull out of here?
The Kinetic has a lot of cool features. One, it has a really neat flat spot right on top of the visor. We have a lot of GoPros, cameras that people want to put on, action sports cameras. You can put it right over there, your little POV. It's really well ventilated throughout the helmet. We've created some nice channels that sends the air in, and then within our EPS liner, we have channels that send the air into the helmet and also sends the air out the back. The key is getting the hot air out the back of the helmet. So ideally, the ventilation of this helmet is really, really good. It does have a removable liner, so you can peel that out if you want to wash it, if it gets dirty and stinky. Just a really great DOT rated helmet.
So while we're giving you some great details of these helmets, this isn't the detailed breakdown for each of the helmets. Take a look at the links below, and we're gonna put our actual full-on detailed breakdown hitting every single aspect of these helmets, tearing out the interior, putting it all back together so you can see just exactly what they've got going on. So Kinetic, great entry-level helmet. Next, we're moving up to
our Toxin helmet. Jumping up into the next tier helmet is our MIPS helmet, which actually offers DOT and EC rating along with the MIPS system, which is our multiple impact protection system.
So for those of you who aren't really in tune or have never heard of MIPS before, what it does is it mitigates internal rotational forces. So what happens is when your head hits the ground and your skull stops quick, your brain actually slams into your skull, causing bruising and bleeding. It's a really bad situation. So what MIPS has done is they've tried to mitigate that rotational force. And what I mean by mitigate is there's a slippery liner that's on the inside of these helmets now. So when the outside shell of the helmet hits, the inside of that helmet is still going to rotate a little bit on the inside, allowing your skull to be able to be slowed down before it comes to a stop. And that lessens the amount of force of your brain when it actually does come over and make contact with your skull, if that does happen.
Yes, the next tier up, a little bit different shape, but still same venting as the previous helmet. Same with the export within the liner is shooting that hot air out the back of the helmet.
All right, then moving up to the next step after this, what do we have?
Next tier up is now you're getting into our carbon Kevlar woven shell. Just a higher end quality shell, a stronger, and then again, you're moving up in weight as well. A little bit lighter helmet and a lot more features as far as internally. There's just a little bit more quality features to this helmet as far as than our standard Toxin helmet.
So some of the little tiny things you're gonna notice as far as this helmet goes, it's gonna give it that price point increase. Like you said, the shell. You have basically a plastic shell versus a carbon fiber shell. That's gonna be great for weight savings and also for impact. So the polycarbonates are gonna flex a little bit more and are prone to puncture, versus the carbon fiber is gonna be more of a solid, rigid form, and nothing's gonna wanna puncture through it. The other thing you take a look at is if you look at, for example, the screws here that hold the visor on, these are plastic, and these guys here are, what, aluminum?
Yeah, we start putting aluminum screws and just a little bit higher end features to lighten up the helmet and give it a little more strength.
Now, as far as the internal guts of these helmets, are we changing the materials inside the helmets as far as moisture wicking or anti-corrosion?
Exactly. You'll start getting into a little bit more of a moisture wicking liner, where that's just a standard comfort liner. So yes, within the liners, you're going to get a little bit more quality within the helmet as well.
So moving up, this is the brand new helmet for last year. We have a complete detailed breakdown that we did with Jeff, going through all of the finer details. Now this helmet is really amazing. They have military grade technology that kind of goes into it.
The idea is we wanted to build the safest helmet possible. So we went out and grabbed all the information we possibly could, from the liner to the shell, to the nylon visor. We wanted to build the safest helmet out there. And what will happen is we came across this material called Rheon, which is actually a shock absorption material that you can see with inside the helmet that we've placed within there to absorb the energy.
That's pretty awesome.
And that's what we've kind of been able to do with this helmet, is absorb as much energy when you do have an impact to keep the rider as safe as possible.
So that flexible visor is really interesting. So the rest of the motocross visors and pretty much all of the whole space have a very rigid visor. And this is one of the first ones that I've seen that's actually been flexible. Now, a neat thing about that flexible visor is it's painted.
Right.
And that paint isn't chipping off, which is pretty cool.
That's been the toughest thing previously, is to allow your visor to bend, but have the paint stick to it as well. So we've created a way to do both, and it also has a breakaway. So if you are woods riding or if something happens to catch the front of the visor, this actually has a beveled screw and visor, and this will actually just pop right off, and your visor will stay on, but it'll break away to allow that release if you do have an impact coming from straight into the visor.
So now going from the entry level up to pro motocross level, what are we looking at as far as price points go?
You're gonna jump into our youth helmet, which is at $99.95 retail. Then you're gonna jump right up into our Kinetic helmet, which is just a little bit above that at $109.95. Jump into the MIPS system, you're gonna be sitting at $169. Starting to get into that carbon Kevlar woven material, this is gonna be at the $299 mark with MIPS. And then obviously our high-end helmet with groundbreaking innovation is our $649 formula.
And there you go. Thanks so much, Jeff, for giving us the detailed breakdown of kind of the step-by-step progression from the Kinetic helmet all the way up to the formula. Like I said, there is a helmet here for everyone. Whether you're looking at an entry-level helmet right around the $100 price point, or whether you're looking for the most protection and the most innovation possible in a helmet with that formula helmet right over there. Now, take a look at our other videos. We'll put links in the description of this one. We're gonna take and give you full colorway breakdowns of each of the different models of helmets we have here on the table. Thanks for watching today. Thank you, Jeff, for coming out. This has been the Fly Racing 2020 Helmet 101, if you will. Basically an overview of all of the helmets that Fly has to offer for this year. Thank you for watching and for tuning in. If you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up. And if you want more action like this coming directly to your inbox, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Until next time, as always, take care and ride safe out there.